How to Rebuild Your Mind. 16 Habits to Stay Sharp, Alive, and Unstoppable Intro. Listen carefully, because what I'm about to tell you might be the most important thing you hear this year. You are losing something every single day, and you don't even see it. Not your phone, not your wallet, not your time. Something far more valuable. Your mind, your focus, your energy, your spark. You're not going crazy, you're going comfortable. And comfort, my friend, is the slowest way to die. Every time you scroll without thinking, every time you choose easy over effort, every time you let your mind drift into noise, you're letting your brain rot a little more. Not enough to notice, but enough to change who you are. One day you'll wake up, and your thoughts will feel slow, your creativity gone, your memory dull, your drive silent. And you'll ask, what happened to me? The answer will be simple. You stopped fighting for your mind. You stopped training the very muscle that decides the quality of your life. This video isn't for people who want comfort. It's for the few who want to stay alive up here. Points to head. So if you're ready, really ready, to rebuild your brain from the inside, then listen carefully. Because these are not nice habits. They are weapons. Weapons to protect your mind, sharpen your focus, and remind you that you are still alive. Let's begin. Habit 1. Do one hard thing every day. Your brain is not meant for ease. It's meant for challenge. Every time you do something difficult, your brain builds new connections. Every time you avoid difficulty, those connections fade. Discomfort is not your enemy. It's your gym. Take cold showers, speak a new language, wake up early, say no when it hurts. Do something that makes your stomach twist a little. That's your signal you're alive. There's a man named Victor, 42 years old, tired, unmotivated. He said, "I feel old, but I'm not." His doctor told him, "You stopped struggling." So he started small. A 30-second cold shower, one push-up more each morning. He walked without music. He did what was uncomfortable. In 30 days, he said, "I feel electric again." Not because he changed his life, but because he changed his mind. You want a young brain? Then stop running from pain, because your mind grows in the moments you suffer, not in the moments you relax. Habit 2. Protect your attention, like it's oxygen. Your mind doesn't die from age. It dies from distraction. Every scroll, every ping, every dopamine hit is teaching your brain to jump, not focus. You think you're relaxing, but you're training your brain to become weak. Try this. Every day, spend 30 minutes with no screens, no phone, no music, no notifications, just you, your thoughts, and silence. At first, you'll panic. You'll want to reach for your phone every minute. You'll feel restless. Good. That's withdrawal. That's your brain detoxing from addiction. Do it daily, and something magical happens. Your focus returns. Your patience grows. Your thoughts become clear again. Distraction is the modern poison. Stillness is the cure. Remember, if you can't control your attention, you can't control your life. Habit 3. Move every day like a human, not a machine. You weren't built to sit still. You were built to move. Your brain and your body are connected. They grow together, or they die together. When you move, you release chemicals that repair your neurons, boost your focus, and protect your memory. You don't need a gym. You just need motion. Stretch in the morning. Walk after meals. Dance like an idiot. Take the stairs. Move your blood. It moves your mind. There was a woman named Lena. She said, "My head always feels heavy." She worked at a desk 10 hours a day. Her doctor told her, "Your brain isn't tired. It's starving." So she started walking. 20 minutes each morning. No phone. In 2 weeks, her energy doubled. In 1 month, her thoughts became sharper. Movement doesn't just change your body, it rewires your mind. When your body flows, your brain glows. Habit 4. Remember before you search. Every time you forget something, you check your phone. You think it's harmless. It's not. Every time you check instead of recall, your brain gets weaker. You're training it to give up. Next time you forget a name, a number, a word, pause. Close your eyes. Dig. Let it hurt. Let it burn. Because that discomfort is your brain working. It's building memory. It's creating strength. A student named Sarah once said, "I can't remember anything unless I write it down." Her teacher told her, "Then stop writing. Start recalling." So she did. She forced herself to remember her schedule, her lessons, her passwords, from memory. It was hard, but in a month she felt sharper, faster, more confident. Why? Because memory is a muscle, and she finally started using it. You don't lose memory because you're old. You lose it because you stop trying to remember. Habit 5. Walk alone in nature without your phone. When was the last time you walked without noise? No podcasts, no messages, no music, just silence. You don't remember, do you? That's the problem. We've forgotten how to be alone. But solitude is not loneliness. It's medicine. Walk outside, alone. Let your senses wake up. Listen to the wind, smell the trees, feel the air. For the first 5 minutes, your mind will fight you. You'll reach for your pocket. You'll crave stimulation. Then suddenly, something changes. The noise inside your head quiets. The world slows down. You remember what peace feels like. There was a man named Elias. He battled anxiety for years. His therapist said, "No pills, no music. Walk outside alone every day." He hated it at first. But after 2 weeks, he said, "I started hearing my own thoughts again." His panic faded. His focus returned. Nature doesn't just calm your brain, it resets it. Your challenge: find a quiet place. Leave your phone at home. Walk. Just walk. Not for exercise, not for steps, for survival. Because if you can't be alone with your thoughts, you're not in control of your mind. Habit 6. Learn something that feels impossible. Your brain stays young when it's confused, not when it's comfortable. You've probably said it before. "I'm too old to learn that." Number. You're too comfortable to learn that. Every time you face something that makes you feel lost, your brain fires up new circuits. It starts working harder, connecting, growing. That's why kids learn so fast. Everything is new to them. But as adults, we stop learning new things. We repeat what we already know. And that's how the brain dies early. So learn something that makes you feel stupid. Pick up the guitar, try a new language, learn chess, painting, programming, public speaking. It will frustrate you. You'll want to quit. But that frustration is your brain coming back to life. A man named Theo once said, "I used to feel smart. Now I just feel slow." So he started learning piano at 50. He couldn't remember notes, his fingers wouldn't listen, but he practiced anyway. After 3 months, he said, "I don't just feel smarter, I feel younger." Because growth doesn't come from success, it comes from struggle. Habit 7. Read to challenge, not to escape. Most people read for comfort. They read things they already agree with, things that confirm what they believe. That's not reading, that's mental fast food. Real reading should hurt a little. It should confuse you, anger you, challenge you. Because that's what makes the brain think. Read something that questions your beliefs. A book from another culture. A biography of someone you don't admire. A topic you've never cared about. When you read something that makes you uncomfortable, your brain must stretch to understand it. That's how it grows. A woman named Clara used to say, "I only read books I enjoy." Her mentor said, "Then you're only feeding one part of your mind." So she started reading things she hated: philosophy, politics, science. At first, she barely understood, but slowly, her thinking changed. She said, "My brain feels heavier, in a good way." Don't read for entertainment. Read for evolution. Habit 8. Talk deeply or don't talk at all. The world is full of noise but empty of meaning. We talk all day but say nothing. "How are you?" Good. Busy. Same old. Empty words, empty minds. Your brain needs depth. It needs emotion, connection, truth. Have one real conversation a day. Ask someone something that matters. What are you afraid to fail at? What have you learned from pain? What do you wish you could tell your younger self? These questions awaken the brain because they demand emotion and reflection. Fake smiles don't build memory. Real connection does. There was a man named Julian. He felt disconnected from everyone. He started asking deeper questions, slowly, awkwardly. He listened. He felt things again. He said, "For the first time in years, I remembered what being human feels like." Your brain needs truth, not small talk. Because when you stop feeling deeply, you stop thinking deeply. Habit 9. Break the loop of routine. Every day, you wake up and do the same thing. Same route, same breakfast, same faces, same scrolls, and then you wonder why life feels like a blur. It's not life that's dull, it's your brain, tired of repetition. Repetition is poison. Change is medicine. Change something small every day. Brush your teeth with the opposite hand. Eat breakfast in a new spot. Take a new path to work. Wear a color you've never worn. These small surprises wake the brain up. Because every time you experience something new, your brain releases dopamine, the chemical of curiosity and excitement. The more you surprise your brain, the more alive you feel. There was a 60-year-old teacher named Maria. She'd been living the same week for 20 years. One day, she decided to change everything: her route, her hobbies, her friends. Within months, she said, "I don't feel 60 anymore. I feel 30. Up here." You don't need a new life, you just need a new perspective. Your brain is not dying, it's just bored. Habit 10. Create, don't just consume. Most people don't live, they consume. They consume content, opinions, entertainment. They scroll, they watch, they read, but they don't create. Creation is life. When you create, your brain builds. When you only consume, your brain absorbs, and then forgets. Make something every day: a drawing, a note, a thought, a meal, a plan. It doesn't matter if it's perfect. What matters is that you made it. A student once told his teacher, "I'm not creative." The teacher smiled. "That's because you stopped trying." So he started writing one paragraph a day. In 3 months, he had a journal full of ideas. In 6 months, he had a story. He said, "My brain feels alive again." You don't need to be an artist to create. You just need to express. Because when you create, you become the author of your mind, not just a reader of it. Consumption is comfort. Creation is growth. And your brain knows the difference. Habit 11. Master stillness. Your mind is loud. Not because the world is noisy, but because you've forgotten silence. Most people can't sit still for 60 seconds. They reach for their phone, check notifications, refresh the feed, anything to avoid their own thoughts. But silence isn't empty. It's full of answers. Stillness is a skill. It's the art of hearing your own mind again. Sit alone for 5 minutes a day. No music, no phone, just you and your breath. At first, it'll feel uncomfortable. You'll think, "This is boring." But wait, listen closer. You'll start to hear something rare, your real thoughts, and that's when the noise in your life begins to fade. A man named Raj practiced silence every night. He said at first, he felt restless. Then after a few weeks, he noticed his focus sharpened. He stopped reacting. He started responding. His brain slowed down, but in the best way. Stillness doesn't make you passive. It makes you powerful. Because the person who can sit alone in silence can survive any storm. Habit 12. Teach what you learn. Most people confuse knowing with understanding, but you don't really understand something until you can explain it. After you learn something new, don't just nod and move on. Teach it to a friend, a child, even yourself in the mirror. When you teach, your brain does something amazing. It organizes chaos. It builds structure. It moves knowledge from temporary to permanent. That's why teachers remember so much. Their brains are constantly explaining. A young woman named Leah used to binge self-help videos. She said, "They inspire me, but I forget everything after a week." Her mentor told her, "Teach one thing every day." So she did. She explained new ideas to her little brother, even if he didn't care. Within a month, she said, "I don't just remember more, I live differently." Don't just absorb knowledge. Pass it on. Because knowledge that isn't shared rots inside you. Habit 13. Feed your brain, not just your body. Your diet doesn't just affect your stomach. It shapes your mind. When you eat junk, you think junk. When you eat clean, you think clear. Sugar, alcohol, processed food, they don't just age your body, they inflame your brain. They drain your focus and memory. Feed your brain what it craves. Water, omega-3s, real food, real nutrients. Try intermittent fasting once or twice a week. Give your brain time to clean itself. You'll feel more alert, more creative, more alive. A man named Daniel once told his doctor, "I drink energy drinks every day but still feel tired." The doctor said, "You're not lacking caffeine. You're lacking clarity." He switched to water and whole food. Within weeks, he said, "My thoughts feel brighter." The mind is not magic. It's biology. Treat it right. Your brain is the most expensive organ in your body. Stop feeding it cheap fuel. Habit 14. Embrace cold and heat. Growth hides in discomfort, even physical discomfort. When you step into cold water, your body panics. Your breathing quickens. Your brain screams, "Get out!" But if you stay just 30 seconds, something powerful happens. Your brain learns calm under chaos. You train your mind to stay strong when life shocks you. The same happens with heat. A sauna, a run, a challenge. Every stress you overcome physically teaches your brain emotional control. Comfort is the slowest death. Discomfort is the fastest teacher. Try this. End your shower with 30 seconds of cold. It's not about the water. It's about control. The more you face what you fear, the more unbreakable your mind becomes. Your brain learns from the body. Train both, and nothing can shake you. Habit 15. Practice brainwriting, not brainstorming. You've heard of brainstorming, talking fast, shouting ideas, chasing speed. But speed is the enemy of depth. When you brainstorm out loud, you say what's easy, not what's true. Try this instead. Sit in silence. Write down 10 ideas in 5 minutes. No editing, no deleting. Just pure thought. At first, your brain will give you the obvious. Then it will go blank. That's when real thinking begins. Because when you push through the blank space, you reach ideas you didn't know existed. Writers, inventors, creators, they all know this. Silence creates depth. A designer named Omar tried brainwriting for a month. He said, "The first few minutes felt stupid. Then, one day, an idea came that changed my entire business." You don't need more noise. You need more stillness and ink. That's where brilliance hides. Habit 16. Memorize something beautiful. Your memory is not dying from age, it's dying from neglect. We no longer remember anything. We save it, bookmark it, screenshot it, and then forget it. But when you memorize something by heart, you're not just training recall, you're training focus, rhythm, emotion. Pick one poem, quote, or verse every week. Repeat it until you can say it with your eyes closed. Write it down by hand. Test yourself. It doesn't have to be long, just meaningful. A quote that moves you, a song that heals you, a line that makes you think. Every time you hold words inside you, your mind grows richer. A man named Jonas memorized one poem every week for a year. He said, "I used to forget everything. Now I can recall words, faces, even dreams. Memorization is mental weightlifting. Each repetition strengthens your inner world. Because one day when the noise of the world fades, All you'll have left is what you kept inside. Make sure it's something beautiful. The final message. Listen closely. You've just heard 16 habits, 16 weapons to rebuild your mind. But here's the truth. Most people won't use them. They'll nod, agree, feel inspired, and then go back to scrolling. Don't be most people. Because the greatest war you'll ever fight is not outside. It's inside your head. Your brain doesn't care about your dreams. It only cares about saving energy. It wants comfort. It wants easy. It wants safe. But the more you protect your comfort, the more you destroy your potential. So choose the fight. Do what's hard. Challenge yourself. Remember before you search. Walk without your phone. Learn something new. Teach something old. Think deeply. Feel deeply. Create daily. Because when you stop growing, you don't just get older, you start disappearing. One day, your body will age, but your mind doesn't have to. If you keep challenging it, feeding it, moving it, and protecting it, it will stay sharp. It will stay curious. It will stay alive. Most people grow old by accident. You can stay young by design. So live like your brain depends on it. Because it does. And remember this, if you don't protect your mind, no one will.